Data collection.
InfoActive can be used to collect the data of those using the system. The different ways in which this can be done will be illustrated in this tutorial.
Part 1. Setting up questions. First of all, open up the Content Manager. On the folder-wide Settings tab, click the Click Here box next to Set Default Details Collection Questions. The column on the left displays the questions that will be asked. Each subsequent box in the same row shows whether or not it is compulsory for that question to be asked when a document is requested for post, USB, email, or when the Contact Me button is pressed. Clicking in each box changes whether or not the question is asked, optional, or compulsory for each contact option. New questions can be added by dragging a question from the list of available questions in the right-hand box to one of the boxes on the far left.
You can also right-click on an available question and select Edit Question Text to rename it.
A page break can be inserted by clicking and dragging the break box into the box of the question you would like the page break to appear after. You can create your own questions by clicking Create New Question. There are two types of question, open and multiple choice. For open, simply select Open, enter your question text, and click OK. You can then drag your custom questions to the left box like we did previously. For multiple choice, select multiple choice, then enter up to 5 answers. You will also want to set whether multiple or single answers are allowed. When you are finished, click Done. Let's open the gallery widescreen to see what it looks like. If I hit the Contact Me button, you can see the questions I set earlier for the Contact Me button appear. Email is compulsory as I set this earlier in the Content Manager. You can see these questions are on a separate page as I created a page break. You can see on the multiple choice that I can select more than one answer as again I set this in the Content Manager. Here you can see that on all the Request a Copy panel buttons that my data from earlier has been saved and autofilled. Upon completion of my data entry, If I click Finish, all my autofill data will be cleared for the next user.
As well as creating generic questions upon contact request, you can create folder-specific questions. To do this, open Content Manager and your relevant content folder and go to Folder-wide Settings. To add folder-level questions, click the QAction.txt button. This produces a window which operates in the same way as the folder-wide questions window, except it only affects items in the currently selected folder. You can also create questionnaires on access of specific folders. To do this, click the antiview.cuq button. Again, this brings up a window which uses the same mechanics of dragging your questions from the list of available on the right-hand side to the box on the left and clicking in the next row to change it from Don't Ask to Optional and finally Compulsory. For example here, I'm going to make Home Phone and Home Mobile compulsory. Let's see what it looks like in the gallery wide screen. You can see these questions have now appeared on attempted access of the aircraft folder. Both are compulsory, recognisable by the darker grey box and the asterisk. You can also see that the questions on the Request a Copy panel have changed.
Part 2. Looking at the audit file. If we open the gallery and navigate to the Information Distribution tab and click on See Summary, InfoActive will display a brief summary of what has been viewed and requested. However, it does not display the details of contact requests, so for that we must delve deeper. If I navigate to our content folder in the C drive under InfoActive, you can see a config folder. This contains much of the display settings, such as screensavers, arrows, buttons, and backgrounds, as well as the audit file. The first file we'll look at is the audit.txt file. This lists all activity on the system, including on and off times, when exact files were accessed, and at what time. It also shows the answers people have inputted for the questions that have been set. This is good for a brief overview of what has been viewed, but as you can see it's not very good at displaying the answers to the questions. However, if we take a look at the qbase.txt file, you can see a list of all the possible questions. The qbasemc.txt shows the multiple choice questions. If we open the gallery widescreen and click Copy Data and save it onto your memory stick.
The files this creates utilizes the two previously mentioned TXT files to present the answers to questions in a more user-friendly manner.
Right-click on both the TXT documents and select Open with Microsoft Excel. The first document displays that last TXT document we saw, but in Excel, so that statistical analyses can be run on the data. The next file contains the responses to the questions in an easy-to-understand table.